Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 9th episode of Never Over the Hill. Today, my guest is my friend Clara, who is a hair stylist, salon owner, and she does a bunch of other things as well. She has her own hair care line. She's a yoga teacher, and I am going to pass the mic over to her, and she can tell you a little bit about how you got started and any other facts that we should know about you.
Okay. Well, you summed it up pretty well.
Okay, good.
Beyond that, so I've been doing hair in the city for 25 years.
Wow.
And, yeah, long journey. And then
You
I've
look
had
25, so that's crazy.
Yeah, thank you. Flattery will get you everywhere. And then I've owned a salon now for 10 years in the city. Been lovely. And I have two vibrant girls who you've met. They love coming to your store.
I love them. They're so fashionable.
And yeah, I like to dabble in teaching some hot yoga on the side when I can.
Love it.
And I have a product line that I launched last year.
What is it called?
Blue Dunes.
Okay, so tell us what your salon name is.
It's called Nordwick. It's named after a beach in Holland, which is where I grew up. My mother's Dutch. And
and the line is called Blue Dunes. Is Blue Dunes like the beach?
It's not connected to the salon, really. Okay. Blue Dunes is inspired by thinking beyond and outside the box to the unknown of sustainability and branching out past what the norm is now. And Blue Dunes is inspired by the blue polar ice dunes on Mars. Whoa. I mean, Mars is all the rage now, yes. So I was a trendsetter. Yeah. We're all going to Mars.
Your packaging is very cool. Your packaging, I love the packaging. It has
it's very deep to my
sort of
heart, this project. And it's something I wanted to do for many, many years. So it's taken a long time, but it's definitely a passion project. And it's all about Mother Earth and good hair. So
those are two things that I can get behind very easily. Okay, so interestingly enough, Clara and I met in the shop, right?
Yes.
So we met in my shop and we started chatting, as I do with most people that come in, but we had this crazy connection because my husband also has a dual citizenship to the Netherlands and to here, and you told me about the girls having the dual citizenship.
Getting their Dutch citizenship.
So my kids are now doing the same thing. So
the more citizenships, the better.
Exactly. To Mars, to the Netherlands.
Wherever they'll let us go.
So anyway, I'm going to start off with asking Clara, my favorite first question is, do you have a daily uniform?
I do.
Okay.
I think. For work and most things, I guess I'm known to wear, like, I am a denim girl like yourself. High-waisted denim, turtlenecks in the winter, and, tight tees in the summer, boots, and sandals, really.
Yeah. Nice.
It is what it is.
Yeah, no, I feel like it works for many people's lives these days,
It's good with the kids. It's good at work.
Right.
I feel comfortable doing pretty much anything.
Right. And the denim thing is also another connection.
Yes.
Because I just want to say that Clara, when she was in here, were you wearing the jeans? I don't remember if she was wearing the jeans or not.
I think I actually wasn't, but I was wearing jeans that you liked. And then I said, you would like these jeans that I have.
Yes. So we were having our hour-long first conversation, and Clara was like, you would love these jeans. My friend makes them in Brooklyn. Her name is Marika Lee, and she is like a 70s superstar, like her hair, everything about her style is amazing.
She's a musician, she's a DJ, she's
very
fashion extraordinaire, denim maker.
So she introduced us, I guess, on Instagram or something.
Yeah.
And then Marika ended up coming out and having a pop-up here, and it was amazing. And I actually would love to have her back, and I have to reach out.
Yeah.
And then in turn, I went to visit her studio in Brooklyn, and she put me in touch with Joy, who is now our chain stitcher who comes out
very regularly.
Yeah, pretty regularly. So it was one thing, it's always how these things go is one creative woman introduces another to another to another, and then it's this great chain of
domino effect.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So, so I just love that you knew that I would love these jeans, and now we're connected.
Yeah.
And all of these other connections were made. So, do you have a name for your style, or?
So I did know this question,
Okay.
and I don't, but I was lucky. I did. So a good friend of mine, one of my dearest friends, he works at Bergdorf's, and he's known me since I was a teenager.
Love
because he was my older sister's best friend from college, and he has named my style before.
Nice.
So I don't have to think of it.
But tell us what it is.
So there's a few different words he's used, but I'll just go with French disco cowgirl.
Okay, first of all, I'm obsessed with every single one of these
I know,
images.
it's very you as well.
It is. I
mean, you can rock all of that
yeah. But I can really actually see that in you. Because there's
it resonates with me.
Yeah.
So when he said it real quick on the fly,
Wait,
did
you ask him for this particular thing?
No, you know what? I know. No, this was like last year.
Okay.
He just named my style.
Oh my God.
Don't remember what the context was.
Right.
So when I saw the question, I was like, oh, I don't have to think of this because he already did it for me.
Oh my God, that's a very cool imagery. So like what is like the French girl aspect of it?
I do tend to like a lot of French designers. And I kind of like look always to the sort of vintage French fashion for inspiration. Like that's always a go-to for me since I was young.
Okay. And then the cowgirl, I feel like you have that kind of vibe.
I'm having a little bit of a like period where I'm very influenced by like a Beth Dutton feel.
Yes. Oh my God.
I can't help it.
Actually, you are giving Beth Dutton vibes. And I'm only on
I don't try to, but
I'm only on season one, so I don't even.
Yeah, I actually haven't watched all the seasons myself, and obviously
Yellowstone.
We have different lifestyles, she and I.
But
really,
you do?
Just a touch. But she is, a style icon now. But I do like a little Western moment.
Yeah. Okay. And the disco, I feel like, is that like 70s?
Yeah, the
vibe.
70s.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so I was actually going to say, if you didn't have a name for your style, describe it in 3 words, but I feel like we just kind of did that.
Yeah, it could go both ways.
Yeah, so those are 3 very vivid words or phrases that really encapsulate you as a...
For the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Even the jacket that you picked is kind of Western vibes.
It's like,
a little. It's like a little Ralph Lauren kind of...
I might be going home with this jacket today.
So. Okay, so... Let's see. So we did uniform and style. Okay. So this question is an interesting one. Did your style growing up influence your your career choice?
Yeah, I like that question because 5,000%.
Okay.
So my mom is an artist and my dad's a musician. And when I was 3, I made a diagram. We did a lot of art with my mom. We had an art table. So fun. My whole life. So that was a lot of creativity always. And she still has hanging in her art studio a diagram that I made her of how to do a braid when I was 3.
Wow.
So I was obsessed.
Oh my God. That's like really, what is it called? Like not a premonition. It's like foreshadowing.
I was just obsessed with hair from a very young age. She also had us do all these books. Like, we would draw and then she would write for us what it's about. So cool. Like I've done it with my grandma. Kids. It's so great.
Yeah, it is.
But all my books are like, her dad had a beard. The princess had hair. Her hair was too long. She had to cut it. There's that's all these books are about.
Have you framed any of them?
She has them all in the archive somewhere.
I feel like they need to kind of go on the wall of your salon
they
or
might
something.
Need to.
That would be really cool. Like an art show.
So that, and then I was always into fashion. So then as a teenager, excuse me, in the 90s, I did a lot. I did my own hair all the time, and my mom was very encouraging. She, I would bleach my hair, and then I dye it black, and then I dye it blue, and she was always like, this is beautiful, you're so creative. Like, it looks crazy. In Amsterdam.
Oh, that's right. You said that. Okay, so that makes sense to me, because I feel like it's always, it's kind of like a lot of free thought there and not so conforming to
No, it's not conforming, and it is a city, and my mom was totally into creativity and exploration.
Does she have unique style, like dressing?
She isn't into fashion, but she always looked, she's like, when you look at pictures of her in the 70s, she's like the OG hipster. She's like got the clogs and like the tight overalls and like, you know what I mean?
Yes, yeah.
And like feathered hair, but she wasn't trying.
Right, she just had it.
It just was like thing. Accidentally very stylish.
And your dad, music wise, was he dressed like a...
Well, when they were together, yes, he was like, they were like hippies. And he had long hair and a beard. And according to my mom, he had all these beads all the time and whatever. Now he doesn't.
Okay, right. My parents were the same, but...
he's a little bit more... toned down.
Toned down. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good, All right. So then, so you, in your case, it was majorly influential in choosing
for
to...
sure. My first job when I was 15 in Amsterdam, I worked at this store that sold Doc Martens and Manic Panic hair color.
Oh my God, I loved Manic Panic.
So that's what I was trying to get
nice.
for, you know.
Yes. Okay, so when did you decide that you were going to do hair?
So I moved to New York to live with my dad. And I was trying to go to either art school or business school, but I was torn.
Okay. Yeah, those are like two such different things.
So I actually managed to do both because that's what I kind of do now.
Right. Yeah. So do you think that you use like the business?
I didn't know though that was what I was doing. I actually started doing hair because I knew I loved it. And I thought because my parents are artists that I needed to find my day job to pursue my real passion.
Is that, but they had their real jobs as their art jobs.
Yeah, but you know.
Right, okay, yes, I get it. But nobody was telling you that.
My dad is a professor.
Okay.
And a teacher, and he taught at Juilliard and all these places.
Okay.
That was his day job, if you will. But like, I was kind of given this idea that you need to like have something that makes money and then you can do your passion on the side.
Yes.
Because you're not always going to make money doing your passion. So I went into hair straight out of high school. Then I went back to school.
Okay.
And
Did you feel like that helped you a lot going back to school?
It was good to do. Yeah. To explore options.
Okay.
Because you are a little limited if you don't study.
I'm having this whole thing right now because my daughter's in high school and I'm like it's hard to figure out these days because the world is different now.
It is different now.
And but I do agree that it does help to have some sort of...
You want as many options as possible and you don't want to have to grow up too fast. And I wanted to grow up as fast as possible and live in New York City on my own dime. Right. Which I did at 19.
Nice.
And, you know, that was cool.
Right.
So then I went back to school and I studied photography. And I'll never forget this moment, but my photography professor, who was like a fine art photography professor at Parsons.
Nice.
He came to my studio where I was cutting hair, and he was like, "You're making way more money than any of us. Do not stop doing this." And he was like, you know, this what I'm doing, like, it's hard. Yeah. You know? Yes. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
No, it's actually, but I feel like it's actually your passion. So he was right. If you can make money.
Well, I have a lot of passions. Yes. But the thing is, I actually believe that not everyone has just one passion.
Yes.
Some people, my sister, she's in theater. It's her tunnel vision, dream of her life. Yeah. I don't have that. I actually have quite a range of things. And my kids now, they're like, oh, mom has 3 jobs.
Yeah.
You know?
I get that, and actually, I'm the same way as you, which is why I think we get along so well, because we have so many totally things to talk about and, like, so many interests. And
it's nice to have lots of things.
It is, yes. Know? But I do agree that your professor was spot on, because if you can make money doing something that you enjoy, and then you have more freedom to go and do your other, pursue your other passions, because you're not worried as much about how you're going to make an income.
And it does it can ruin it, right? Yes. And then right after that was the market crash in 2008. And, you know, hair is recession proof. It's not totally pandemic proof.
Okay.
We made it.
Yes.
Just got by. But it is recession proof. And you know what? It's AI proof. Just saying.
Oh my God. Which
jobs are going down in flames.
I mean, I actually...
You want a robot to cut your hair or not?
No. I actually am super, and I'm just going to go ahead and say this on here. I know it's a hot topic right now, but I am so against AI. Completely. I know
it's here.
My producer Harlan actually sent me a really, really cool clip from last week's episode that he had taken. He put into an AI thing, and it took the clip out that it captioned it and the whole thing, and that was amazing. Yeah. And I like. Okay, so I'm not against it completely. I take that back.
It's good.
I'm
for
against
some things.
it for when you replace creativity and writing and all the things. Use it as a tool, but not in place of humans' creativity, and there's no replacing that. So, okay.
I don't think it can, is the thing.
Yes.
So I think it can replace a lot of things. I think it can be a good tool, and we won't talk about AI this whole time, but I don't think it's going to replace people that are looking for authentic, creative, human experience.
Right.
Analog, creativity, the imperfections of humanity.
That's
like
what
they
like.
can't
I like the
get
imperfections.
That yet.
Right, you're right.
They can't make this jacket. How are they going to find the towel?
That's true. Okay,
Do you know what I'm saying?
So my job is also AI.
Your job is also AI proof. They can't go find vintage towels and then be cute prancing around wearing
any
it.
Ideas. Don't get.
They can't do it.
Okay,
they
good.
can't do it. They will be able to do it in a couple years.
Yeah, I hope not.
Kidding.
I really hope not. But actually, I want to ask you if you have a style memory that is like a style mistake. Memory.
A mistake.
Yeah, something that like you cringe when you think about, or you laugh when you think about.
I did think about this one because I do have one thing. Okay. So I've had amazing things in my life, and we can talk about some good ones. Okay. But do you remember Gen Art? Do you know Gen Art? It was this fashion organization in the city. It still probably exists.
Yes.
They helped young designers come up, and they did this event at the Puck Building every year, twice a year actually. And all these up-and-coming designers were given these spots to sell their stuff, and it was really cool. And some big names that you know now too started out there, and they would have like every year they would give money to someone,
right?
And I had all these clients that worked for them.
Okay.
And it was a really cool organization. And at one of those sales, I always brought like tons of cash and went to them and got like all this cool like sample sales stuff. And I had this one skirt.
Okay.
It was black, and it had applique silver leather guns on it. Okay, like on the hip.
I'm into it.
So it is still actually in line with the cowgirl.
Yeah, yes, totally.
But so I wore those with these like white Marc Jacobs 4-inch pumps. Okay, and then like a crop top. And I thought this skirt was so cool. But when I think of it now, I cringe a little.
Because of the guns?
It was just a little cringe. The guns.
Okay. See,
not because of like gun control or anything.
Okay.
Just because like,
but it was part of the times.
It was cool at the time.
And did you look good?
I thought so.
Yeah, I bet you did.
I thought I did.
Okay. Yeah, I get it.
But so it's really the only thing I can think of that, like, not a mistake, but I cringe a little. About that skirt.
Okay. I want to see it.
Because I thought it was hot.
Do you have a pic?
There is a picture somewhere, I think.
You're going to have to dig it out for us.
Yeah, I'll try to find it.
I've actually been really bad at posting the pictures that people have sent me.
It's so hard to find pictures nowadays because so much of it is on like a hard drive.
I know.
So
right. If it was like after digital photography.
And I started using digital kind of early.
Yeah.
Because I was studying photography. But I did also do a lot of film photography. Yeah. So I have a box.
Yeah.
It might be in there.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's cringe.
If you can find send it to me and I'll post it.
It's a little cringe.
Okay. So how about this? What is the most versatile piece in your wardrobe?
So I'll say something about my wardrobe now because when I lived in the city and didn't have kids, I had so many cool clothes and vintage and, all this great shoes. Shoes are kind of my thing.
Okay.
And jumpsuits. I had a lot of jumpsuits and rompers. That was kind of like my go-to for many years.
Okay.
But I got rid of a lot.
All right.
Like, especially post the first pregnancy, I was like, this is just me now. Got rid of all my clothes.
Were you still living in the city?
Yeah.
Okay.
For both pregnancies.
Oh,
so I had to get rid of so much stuff. Mm-hmm. I thought I'm never going to fit into it again. I'm really the same size now as I always was. So I don't know what I was thinking. I think I just was like, don't worry about it. This is the new you.
Okay.
You know, I thought I was just going to have like big boobs and just be full.
Right.
And then that just didn't last.
Right.
So I could have totally saved stuff.
Right.
But I didn't.
Do you regret getting rid of?
Yeah, but I'm not going to like worry about it.
Okay, you're not going to.
I saved a couple pieces, but there's definitely some stuff I could have saved. But I didn't have a house. I had an apartment. Right. It's tough, you know, the baby stuff.
Yeah.
But where was I going with this?
With the most versatile.
So I don't have a giant wardrobe now because I rent. I'm a big renter.
Of clothing.
Correct.
Interesting.
So I started doing this with my second pregnancy.
Okay.
And the primary reason then was obviously shape-shifting between sizes, not wanting to buy new stuff.
Okay.
But also sustainability, which is something that I'm very passionate about and always have been.
Okay.
So fast fashion, bad news, right? Mm-hmm. Things that you're doing, obviously, that's amazing. But, like, you can't only have that.
Right.
And you want to rotate through things and try new things.
Right.
So I started renting in 2018.
But when you say renting, are you talking about, like, for special occasions?
No.
Or...
Oh. Yeah.
So, like, the jeans you're wearing.
These were a rent to own. I did buy them.
Okay, this is you're my first guest that has ever brought this up, which is very interesting to me because it's a totally new concept to me.
Okay.
Because I have never
you
even
done
have a lot
of stuff.
I have a lot of stuff, but I also I don't do fast fashion. I did for the kids, you know. I would do
you have to
Zara and stuff like that.
You have to a little.
But I'm a person who, like, if I really love something, especially vintage, I want to own it. I never want to give it back. I
don't rent vintage though.
Right. Yeah.
So
but when I say what is your most versatile piece, like something you do own.
So I'm only saying that I'm adding that in because I actually I rotate things in and out a lot.
Okay.
So as far as what I do own, it's a lot of the denim stuff.
Okay.
Like I have like a vintage Wrangler jacket that is very versatile.
Right.
Shoes are definitely like big for me. So
okay.
But we'll get into that.
But like shoes, what are your most reached for shoes?
So I'm currently big on YSL boots.
Okay.
I've found that I can do anything in those without pain.
Are they flat?
No.
Oh.
These are also YSL, but I have all these different kinds.
Okay. Those are great boots.
These are the simplest ones. I have them with harness, fringe.
Okay. So those remind me of like a little bit of these Isabel Marant boots that I
also like her boots. Yeah, I do have a few of hers as well.
Yeah.
So those boots definitely like can elevate anything.
Right.
Like with a YSL boot.
Right. So you're going to say YSL boots.
And denim.
And
I'll just plug another denim that I've always worn is Judy Rosen.
Oh, I follow her on Instagram.
So I've rocked her denim.
Can we go to her store one day together?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I was going to wear a pair of hers today, but then it just was like too much and whatever. But I started wearing her jeans. She's a friend of a friend of mine in like 2005, and I still have the same jeans from then.
So that's amazing.
And she does incredible detailing.
Yeah.
So,
she's in the East Village?
Yeah. She's in Nolita now.
Okay.
But she started in the East Village.
Yeah, I
now
remember.
She's in Nolita. And I have bought some of my most versatile, most complimented pieces from her. They're super flattering. They're like made for my body. They would look great on you as well.
I would need to go there. I have been meaning to kind of take a little
now I wish I
field
kind of wore them today, but next time.
Next time. Okay. Well, you'll wear when we go in and visit.
Yes, and we'll take a picture.
Yes.
But honestly, I have sold so many of her jeans just by wearing them, and they're versatile because literally you can wear a tank top and you look amazing.
Do people ask you a lot of times in the salon what you're wearing?
Everyone wants jeans that I'm wearing.
Yes.
It's a thing.
Okay, so if you have a denim line, you want to send jeans to Clara. Okay, just an FYI.
Yes.
And you know what I have to say? That I'd say maybe, I know I've only done, this is my 9th episode, but I'd say more than half of the people who've been on have said denim is their most versatile. And it's such an American thing that also spans like many different countries and cultures, but it's such a classic thing, and I do feel like you can really, and this phrase kind of drives me crazy, but you can really dress it up or dress it down.
Yeah, and if you know your body
Yes.
type, and you can find the right stuff.
There's nothing sexier and nothing cooler.
Yeah, and actually, like, just on a cultural note, like in Holland, it's kind of a joke. My sister and I joke about it. Like, they kind of have, like, they want people to just act normal is kind of their thing. You probably know this from me. But they're like, yeah, just wear a white t-shirt and jeans. Like, that's like the joke.
Yes. But it's also true. That's something
and you're
about
just gonna
it.
Look
like,
hot.
yeah,
like,
exactly.
If you know how to do it.
Totally.
Yeah. But other than that, I'm trying to think. So that's the thing. At the moment, I don't have something screaming.
No, but this is perfect. This totally answers the question, and it will lead me to my next question, which is when you have a really important event or something that you have to look like amazing for, and you want to bring it like your best foot forward, what is it that you are reaching for?
So then I'm renting.
Okay, but what is it that you're renting?
Okay, so it depends on the event, though.
Well, like, let's say something like, I don't know, like cliche, like a wedding where you're going to see like people from your past, or like a reunion or something where, or like a big party, you know, like something where you have to dress up.
What am I reaching for?
Mm-hmm. What do you rent? Like, if you're going to rent something, like, what is your eye drawn to? Like, what do you feel best in if you're not wearing denim?
So I do love a dress, for sure.
Okay.
And a jumpsuit.
Okay.
I'm going to go with jumpsuit.
Okay.
Because, so I'll tell you one more fun fact, which is that I do actually know how to sew a little bit. I'm not very good at it. Excuse me, I'm just joking real quick.
Have a sip of water. I'm going to have a sip
I'm just
of my
getting
matcha
over
right now.
Whatever. 19 days of a cough.
Oh my God, they last forever.
Anyway, so I do know how to sew. I grew up sewing a little. Like, my mom and I would sew, and I would make things, and I was very into clothes. Mm-hmm. And I got really into vintage jumpsuits in my 20s, and I would get them like dead stock or, you know, on eBay.
Are you talking about like just a one piece?
One piece.
Was it a specific style that you liked?
A lot of styles.
Okay.
70s, 80s, primarily.
Okay.
And I would have them altered. And then I had this period where I decided I wanted to come out with my own jumpsuit line.
Did it have a name?
Yes.
What is it?
Bunsy onesies. And I had 3 patterns made.
I love it. Okay.
By a pattern maker. And I had the jumpsuits made. And I do have them still.
Do you wear them?
They're not quite right.
Okay.
So this line didn't take off.
Okay.
But they were cute. Like, I wore them.
Right.
I did wear them.
What year was this?
2007?
Okay. Yeah,
2008.
jumpsuits were definitely having like
they
a
were
hot
on
moment.
the up and up, but I had been like had been my staple for a while.
Right.
So I was buying them and altering them.
Okay.
And then I started making some patterns based on some of the ones that were my favorites.
Right. So let's say you were going to a big event, you're going to wear a jumpsuit. Now, is the jumpsuit like...
It could be like Halston-y vibes.
Got it. Okay.
If it's like a nice event.
Yeah, I needed like a more visual...
Yes, like a nice heel.
Okay.
Dress it up.
Okay.
Slinky, like
a
disco vibes.
Okay,
you know, yeah, I'm not talking about like a Carhartt vibe.
Okay, right.
No.
Okay, yeah.
Like fitted. I had this denim one that fitted me like a glove. And it was shorts, but the shorts were cuffed. Cute. And it had a little collar and a zipper.
Oh my God, that's very like 1960s. It reminds me
it was like
of
late
like almost
60s,
famous
I want to say.
Sort of.
Yeah, it was. And it fitted like a glove. And I would wear that with these gold ankle strap Seegers and Morrison sandals.
Oh my God, I was just talking about Seegers and Morrison with someone the other day.
Well, I was thinking about it when I was listening to your podcast because that's the first sample sale I went to in my early 20s.
Yes.
And I like lost my mind.
I lost my mind too. Wait, was I talking about that on a podcast with do you remember?
I didn't hear you talk about it.
Okay, so it must have just been a conversation that I was having. But the Seegers and Morrison store, it was in Lolita. And it was a very cool store. It was like tiled and it was
awesome.
It was awesome. And they made these flip-flops that had a mini heel.
Yeah, I know them.
They are so hideous, but I would still
they were
wear
so
them
cool
today.
Though. They were so cool.
I had them in 2 colors, and I thought I was like hot shit walking around wearing these heeled flip-flops.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even
That
remember
was
what
what's
year
so
it was.
cool back
I know.
then, though.
Yeah, I
Early
still, some of my
2000s.
favorite shoes that I have are by them, and I still might have a green patent leather peep toe wedge.
Yes, I
heel.
know exactly the ones you're talking
Oh
about.
my God, I still have them. I have to
The
dig
patent
them out.
leather, did they have a sling back?
They did not,
Okay.
but they made them in slingback.
Because I had the
They
sling
had like
back.
a little silver like button on them.
Oh, I didn't have those, but I had the slingback mini
Wedge.
wedge.
Yeah.
So the gold ones I'm telling you about, I wore it with the denim. I had giant blonde bangs, and I had the gold ones. They were like very delicate in the front with a peep toe.
Okay.
Tiny strip in the back with a gold strap, and then the mini.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah.
Wedge.
I love that.
And I had
whole
them in
era.
black, white, and gold.
Yeah.
And I wore them literally
Right.
around the
Because
clock.
if you found a shoe back then, I feel like shoe designers would make a shoe in a bunch of different colors.
Yeah.
And if you liked that shoe, you could buy like multiple of them.
And that's
wear
what
them.
I do now with YSL, but I buy them on like the Real.
Yeah.
So once I know the shoe, I just get them in every color.
Yep. That's how I am with.
So I still
with
do
most
that.
things, blazers, and yeah. Okay, let's see. So we have gone through almost all the questions except tell me about your most memorable style or outfit. So I feel like we've been kind of doing that, but is there one thing that stands out in your head right now that you can tell us about?
So I did really like that outfit that I just mentioned with the denim jumpsuit.
Okay.
But I'll name another one that actually brings it back home to you as well, because it was this jumpsuit that I had altered, and it was terry cloth.
Really?
And it was red with a purple pattern. It was very your vibe.
Royal Native vibe.
And it was probably like an early 80s moment.
Okay.
It was strapless, right? And it had like a little
like
elastic.
Flashdance style?
So...
Or like physical. Did you watch that show with Rose Byrne?
I want to say it's a Little Three's Company.
Okay.
Suzanne Summers. So it was strapless, and then it had a little bow.
Okay.
But it's terry cloth.
Right.
And then the rise was very high, which I love.
Yes.
And then the pants, I don't remember how they were when I got them, but I had them custom fitted. And they were like a little cropped and like more straight, kind of.
And where did you wear this?
And I wore those with these red gladiator sandals.
So cute.
And I loved that outfit.
Did you wear it to a specific thing?
I just wore it all the time.
Okay. Yeah. Do you still have it?
No.
Oh.
That's one of those tragedy ones.
Yeah. Because that's like a real
Because I was like, I can't fit in this.
Maybe we can recreate it for you.
You know what? Maybe we can.
Yeah, that would be really cute.
Because it was, I could wear it to the beach, or I could wear it to go to like a really cool party.
Yes. Okay. That is literally the concept behind Royal Native.
I know.
It's so right.
And actually,
that you
I hadn't
say that.
thought of this thing until I was sitting in here with all your beautiful
vintage terry.
Because that was the terry versatility that you are always offering.
That I'm always telling everybody, it's not just for the beach. And it's true.
Yeah.
It's not.
Not at all.
All right, so my last question is, what look will you never be over? And this question does not have to be something that you wore. It just has to be like this.
A look.
Yeah. Something that someone else wore, something, it can be anything that you can think of.
Everything that Cher has ever done.
Totally. All her, like, what about Bob Mackie? Like, all her Bob Mackie
and
stuff.
all that, I mean, that's the good thing about, like, Instagram. You see all those videos of her, like, when she had that show and she's, like, taking off. And she's wearing, like, these sparkly two-piece sets. I mean, she is just
an icon of style.
Yeah. And Francois Hardy.
Yes, French girl.
Yeah.
So there's your disco
so
French
there
girl.
they are. Yeah.
Okay, totally. And I actually feel like Cher has a look, if I'm remembering, where she was wearing a cowboy hat.
Oh, sure.
What
has she not worn?
Yeah, exactly.
But especially the 70s
the disco era.
She just, I mean, I could look at those pictures every day and never get sick of them. And her hair also.
I know. Oh, my God, her hair.
I mean,
so she really encapsulates that whole thing for you.
Yeah, she's just, I never get over her.
Yeah.
Never get over her.
Right.
And Francois Hardy, I can always look at her.
And her hair is very, like, I feel like it gives the same vibe as your hair. A little bit.
A little, yeah.
Well, like she had bangs, maybe.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
the bangs. Always looking at the bangs.
I know. I always contemplate cutting
always
bangs
looking
again,
at the bangs.
but I don't know. Anyway, okay. So to end our show,
Yes.
I always ask some little personal questions.
Okay.
And the first one is, what is the first thing you do in the morning?
Oh, okay, yes. So I did get a gratitude journal this year because I'm sick of looking at my phone for all obvious reasons.
Yep.
So I've been trying that. So it's they have like a couple questions you answer when you wake up, 5 minutes.
Okay.
And then also before you go to bed.
So you do that
I've been doing
in the morning
this.
and at night, because my next question is, what is the last thing you do before you go to bed?
So really I try to write in the journal and then I make breakfast for the girls.
Nice. And do you feel like the gratitude journaling has made a change in your life?
I think it will.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like manifest that because
Right.
I want to like, you know, I want to control my day a little bit with the thinking.
Yes.
And not be like having outside sources control the negative things.
Totally.
So I think it's a good practice and
Yes.
I think it's been proven to work. So I'm just going to try it.
Yeah, and you know what? You don't even realize how it's working until one day, like a few months from now, you're going to be like, this is totally like really changed my life.
Yeah, the only problem with it is that because it's the same questions every day, sometimes it's kind of the same answer every day.
But that's okay, because you can be grateful for the same things.
Yeah, but it is so important to be grateful.
Yeah,
and
I feel like gratitude brings more good into your life, like no matter what.
It's definitely going to bring more good than looking at the news when you wake up on your phone.
100%, totally. Okay, and then what do you wear to bed, to sleep?
So I did get myself it was my birthday last week, and I bought myself a pair of pajamas.
God, I didn't even text you.
That's okay. You
sorry.
texted me.
Okay.
And said, do you want to be on my podcast?
Oh, and that was your birthday present. Okay.
So, I bought myself a pair of matching pajama set, so I've been enjoying that.
So you've been wearing that, actually, yeah. I do enjoy that, although I usually
it's like really
end up...
soft and slinky and
Nice.
warm enough.
Yes.
And it looks kind of cute.
Nice.
So I've been enjoying that.
Okay, good.
And I got a new robe and slippers for Christmas that are really nice.
I love robes.
Like a beautiful pattern. Actually, would be a great jacket as well. You know that brand Osa?
Yes. Yeah.
Liam got me one of those.
Is it... Wait, how is it spelled?
OSA, no? You know it. You definitely
know it. And their ads are really, really good, and they're cool. I think last year they had an ad with like an old Italian guy wearing
that's probably
the robe. Oh my God, it was so inspirational to me. Yes, I love it. I'm actually going to do a short robe in terry cloth. I have a sample, so stay tuned for that.
Well, I need a short one because this one's long.
Okay.
So.
Well, you can
So
get
I
one
have
here.
been like bundling up with all my new yummy attire.
Loungy.
Before that, I was kind of wearing like t-shirts because I didn't have a good pair of pajamas.
Right. Yeah.
But the thing I always say is, someone told me this once, is like, if you wear a shirt to bed, you don't respect it anymore.
That's
like
true.
If you sleep with it,
That's
and it's
true.
kind of a funny concept, but
know.
it is true.
But I do have some really favorite shirts that I wear to bed, and I still love
Wear them during the day, though?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. But I love sleep, so I feel
Yeah. No, but then it's a sleep shirt.
Yes, totally.
Once you sleep with it.
Yep, I agree with that.
But I thought it was a funny thing.
Yes.
They said it like, you know.
Yeah, totally. It
in that
sounds
way.
like actually like a Seinfeld thing, I feel like.
And
it's
Liam wore, he has a new sweatshirt and he wore it to bed to sleep. And I was like, you're not going to, after you sleep with it.
And does he wear it still?
No, he heard me and took it off.
Okay.
I think he was like, you know what, she might be right.
I have a thing where I actually do not like to wear the same t-shirt that I wore during the day to bed because I feel like I need a new energy.
Yeah, freshen it up.
And if I take my socks off during the night, I will not put them back on in the morning because I need fresh socks.
Yeah, I agree
even
with
if
that.
I put them on to go to sleep, I will not wear them the next day. Okay, so we have covered a lot.
Yes.
And now I want our audience to be able to find you. So tell us where we can find you.
So the best place is Hair Care by Clara at Instagram.
Okay.
Blue Dunes Beauty is the product line, sustainable product line. And
I'll link all of these on the notes.
And the salon is Nordwick. But if you go to Hair Care by Clara, all the other stuff pops up. So it's pretty easy to find.
Okay, cool. And hopefully you'll be having a little, Clara cut my hair once.
Yeah, it's true. In the store.
In the store. So maybe you'll do like a little hair pop-up or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out my Long Island outpost.
Yes, because I do want you out here too.
That I do, and I do house calls, which is fun because you get to see people's houses, but it is also nice for people to have a place to go. So I'm working on that. Stay tuned.
Okay. All right, cool. So thank you so much for joining us today.
You. So fun, Hilary. Always a good time.
Yay. Okay.
We could do this all day.
I know. We should. Yeah. I always say this is just what I want to do all day.
Totally.
So, let me figure out how to make money with it. Harlan, you can help me with that. Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye.